Hello everyone, and welcome to C-View Quantum Network. I'm your presenter Daniel, and I'm here with producer Claudia Pareco. Our opening song features Reach for the Stars, from Cyclone's new album, Showtime, available on all music stores and platforms. A moment of your time is one of the most extraordinary gifts we could ever be given. We are honored every time we've received a moment of your time. We are servants of the new age, the time of prophecy, the time of the ascending sixth sun. We are a platform for alchemists and multidimensional souls. We connect with many planes of reality and assist the awakening journey. We are pure light, transmitters of high vibrational light out into reality. Our shows are held on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. At any moment to participate on our shows, please call 805-830-8344 and press 1 to talk with the host. Call for free at 805-830-8344 and wait in line, or you can use Take My Call, and for $11 you can jump the long list of callers. Do so at www.paypal.me/PURECO/11 and then please PM or email Claudia Pareco at cview1111@gmail.com and include the phone number you'll be using to call the show. All of our podcasts are easily found in all social media and are available free, live, or on demand. To request a show, please write to Claudia Pareco at cview1111@gmail.com or visit our website, cview1111.net. Now, let's listen to our host and topic of the day.
Thank you, Danny, and welcome everybody to CView 2021. Today we have Seeking Divinity with psychic medium Sati Chappelle. She's a channeler, a fabulous tarot reader. And before we go further with that, I want to tell everybody, if you want to be part of her online certification program to learn the tarot, now Sati is sharing her knowledge with everybody. So make sure you go to her website, seekingdivinity.com, to enroll to her next class. Sati has been offering readings for more than 25 years, making her part of the group of the most experienced psychics available online. When you call the call, you're going to have so much fun, and you're going to be provided with growth and advice that will transform your life in ways you have been waiting for. As I explained before, we are going to take callers, and the first people to go into the show, we're going to take my call users. And then we're going to get first-time callers, and then we're going to go ahead with our friends. We have a very busy show today, so we just received a Take My Call user by the name of Sandra. So she's going to be first on the show today. And Sati, welcome to your show. I am so glad to have you here. We skipped 1 month, and I really missed you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I missed it as well. This is something I look forward to every month. And I'm so grateful for this show. I really am. And I'm so grateful for all of the listeners out there. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to say one little thing, though, Miss Claudia. Do you know I've been doing this since 1989, which means 32 years, not 25. Just saying. And I've been doing it professionally since then.
I hope I said more than 25, but I wasn't going to show people your age, so I was being. I was just trying to. But
oh well, yes, folks. I'm 92 years of age. No, I'm not. Actually, those of us that work with the highest levels of being are ageless. How about that?
That sounds perfect. So, Sati, what are you sharing for the whole before we start taking callers?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. You know, it's interesting because we're at that time of year where the seasons are changing from summer to fall. And it's just amazing to me to think that we're already in September. My mind just still can't wrap around that. We're still in May, according to my mind. But anyway, it's a good time for us to really start thinking about nourishment. And nourishment in the true sense of the word, not grabbing whatever is available to eat. On the run especially, it's really going into deep nourishment, knowing what it is that actually nourishes your specific body, because all of us are different. Some people find an aversion to meat. Other people find that it nourishes them in ways that they can't get elsewhere. Maybe it's the amino acids in the meat, or maybe it's other things, but whatever it is that serves your particular body, that is healthy. So, like ice cream doesn't really kind of count, but, I mean, as an additive, okay, but not as a main meal. And not as a nutritive source either. And the other thing that came up for me also was then learning to give that nutriment back to the earth, learning how to nurture the earth and offer it your sustenance, just the same as it does to us. This is something that used to be done as a matter of course back in the ancient days. If we took from the earth, we thanked the earth, we recognized the nutrients it gave us, we recognized that we needed to offer it back in some way, and whether it was with prayer or energy or offerings or, water or some kind of blessed something, we made sure that we found a way as a species to thank the earth for the bounty that's always given. I find it fascinating that over the last 100 years, these simple practices that take very little time, very little effort, and very little energy have been lost. That people don't really do that very much anymore. Or if it is done, it's only done by the indigenous people. The larger, bigger conglomeration of people just don't engage in this anymore. And it's over that course of time that the quality of food and the type of nutrients that it provides has changed. And we are not getting the same nutrients in the body that we used to get. And, as a recourse to that, or a consequence of that, there's a lot more illness on the earth. So the guides asked me to please send out this message to everyone, to really look at authentic nourishment, that which truly nourishes you, body, mind, and spirit. And for the month of September, really focus your energy there, providing yourself with all of the nutrients you require on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level. And then to also offer that back to the earth, perhaps asking for the water to become clear and healthy, or the land to become clear and healthy in prayer work, or maybe offering some feathers that you found back to the earth, or putting a crystal somewhere in a special place to say thank you. I mean, there's just tons of ways that this can be done. But to offer nourishment and gratitude, which oftentimes are the same thing, back to the earth for all of the bounty that we receive all of the time and really think very little of. That's all.
Thank you, Sati, for sharing that. And yes, offering to the earth sounds like a perfect plan for September. So join us, share it, tell everybody to do your part, and it's so simple. So just go back to offering gratitude to whatever is it that you focus your attention on. So,
correct.
Sati, are we ready for some callers?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so we're going to start with Sandra, and then we're going with Alicia.
Sounds good.
Hello. Thank you for taking the call.
Hello, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking the call.
You're very welcome.
So,
what can I do for you today?
My first, since I paid, I get the two calls. First of my two questions, and very simple. One, I am scheduled to move next Friday to my new rental home, and I am just looking for insight. Do you see me having all the financial information that I'll need, or all the funds I'll need for the move, and for the move to actually happen on time? And
okay,
my
give
second
me just
one is regarding. Okay.
That's okay. Let me take a look.
Okay, thank you.
So I think there's going to be a couple of glitches that are going to be occurring around this move. And it's not so much that it's going to push the move off as it is delaying everything getting done. So my suggestion is to just start praying for ease and grace so that these glitches can be taken care of, because they're mostly energetic, karmic in nature, and they don't have to occur. Now, what I like to ask my guides is, show me those things that can be shifted and changed. Those things that cannot be shifted and changed, that are of detriment to others, I ask that I never even see it. What's the point? If it can't be changed and it's a detriment, all that it would do would create worry in the individual that I'm serving. I don't find that as something that would serve very well. So what I do see, though, is people being late, things being disorganized, stuff not being handled as it should. And I almost want to suggest that you try to micromanage things. And I don't normally say micromanaging is a good thing, but in this case, there's so many pieces that can fall apart and create delays to where this becomes a weekend-long adventure that I'd rather just have it be something that goes smoothly for you. So start praying for ease and grace around your move. And with regards to the financial information, I would say that, yes, you have 9/10 of the financial information that you need in order for this move to go through. And the last 10th that you don't have will come up over the first 60 to 90 days that you're living there, and it's not a big deal. So I would say don't even worry about that. Focus on other things, and you'll be just fine.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Well, my second question was regarding new career opportunities. Do you see something coming? I have been interviewing and applying. So just wondering when the next one's coming.
So you kind of cut out there a little bit, Miss Sandra.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you can't control that. So I think what you said is that you're wondering if there's any new career opportunities coming your way and that you have been applying?
That's correct.
Okay, let's look and see. All right, I'm sorry. My dog is going crazy. There's somebody at the door. Okay, so that kind of, pushes things aside for a moment until I can get her calmed down. So, all right. As far as job opportunities go, there is one coming your way, but it comes more towards the end of September. I'm going to say either as early as the last week of September or as late as the first week of October. But it's somewhere from the 20th, let's say, to the 10th, just so that I can give you specific time frames. This is something that you did apply for, but you didn't put a whole lot of effort into. It seems like it was something that you thought, oh, maybe it probably won't work out. No biggie. I'll just apply. It'll be a good experience. Done. And it's one of the ones that comes through. And it looks like a really good opportunity. So it's going to take you by surprise. And I would say really look very closely at this, because I think that it's more than it has more opportunity to it than what you think.
Wow. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate your information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, and have a wonderful long weekend. And now we're going to go with Alicia in Mexico.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Alicia from Mexico. So Claudia invited me to participate here. I'm very happy to be here.
Yay. What can I do for you today?
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm right now in Mexico City, back into my house. I just finished remodeling my house, and it's on sale. And many things that have happened for it to be sold. And my plan is to move, but I don't have, there's no clarity for the sale. There have been many difficulties. So I want to liberate and free myself from this home in which I lived when I was a child. So just sell it and just keep on moving forward. I feel stuck whenever I come back. So that's the situation.
All right. Well, just hold the thought of the house in your mind for just a moment. Don't try to add to it your own happiness or unhappiness around it. Just like an image of the house in your mind. And give me 2 seconds here.
Yes.
All right. So, there is an ancestor that is holding on to this house and holding back a potential sale. So every time that a potential sale comes along, let's say this ancestor is sending energy towards the sale's demise. So what I'm going to say to you, my dear, is that you need to do just a little clearing work with it. Perhaps get somebody that you know to go and clear the house, or to use some Palo Santo to clear the house, and to ask that only the energy that you laid down in that moment of clearing be served, that only that energy is served, and that energy is that the house is sold. And then you ask for the ancestor to be, let's see, how do I want to say this, to find peace with letting go of this house, because it's no longer your ancestor's house. Now, this is a male. He's a bit on the short side. He's kind of stocky. He has a little mustache. He's got some association with a musical instrument, a stringed musical instrument, and he has he had a lot of love for this house, and I believe that this is maybe a grandfather or maybe a great uncle but it's somebody who is, of that generation. So he's the one that's trying to hold on to the house, and he's not even alive anymore, so he needs to really let that go. And I think that's where the problems are coming from.
Okay, now I can breathe. Yes, that sounds good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you understand, if you know who this ancestor is, then speak to him directly in thought or in prayer and ask him to let go, that, he doesn't need to hold on to it anymore, and it doesn't need to be in the family anymore. And if you are not quite sure who it is, then you can ask that whomever it is start to understand that it's time to let go. He's holding on to a whole lot of things. It really is time for him to let go of many things.
Okay. So now I can breathe because I felt it was me. So thank you. I feel like more free and see things clearly. Yes.
Yay, I'm so happy to hear this. Sometimes that is the case when we have a loved one that has passed that is constantly yapping to us, talking to us. Sometimes we start to think it's our own self. So it's good to know that it's not you.
Yes, thank you. I can see it. I mean, my father, and he passed away, and he bought this property, so I can see him. Yes. So I have to release him from this. Thank you very much for your wisdom and your channeling.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you, Alicia. Okay, so now we're going to go. We take my call user Lisa from Connecticut. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, I sent in the payment also while she was talking. From Flying Away and got Angel Wings. Hi. Can I ask, do I have a curse on me or something? Because I'm kind to people, but horrible things keep happening. I've been told I have the life of Job from people. I'm lost.
Okay, well, let me look for you.
Thank you.
So I need to say a couple of things here. You do not have a curse on you. But let me explain how this kind of thing works now that we know that. How it works is the mind creates what it understands. And if you think you have a curse put on you, either because somebody says they did that to you, or because you can't find another explanation for why things are happening the way they are, then your mind starts to create more and more and more of that. It's that biblical concept of seek and you shall find. So what I need to get across to you, Lisa, is that there is actually no such thing as curses unless you believe in them and unless you feed energy into it. So what I would really like you to do is to go get yourself a glass candle, a big tall one that's just, you can get it in a supermarket, you can get it in a metaphysical store, you can get it in a card shop, right? It's just a tall glass candle that's about, 10 inches tall. And they call them 9-day candles. Get something that is white in color and tell yourself as you light it that you are changing your mind, that you allow good things to happen to you, and that you believe in good things being able to happen to you. and that you allow for good things to begin to happen for you now. And then light the candle and put it in like a little bowl of water and put it in the tub or in the shower, someplace safe where, you know, curtains can't get a hold of it or whatever, right? And then just kind of like go on your way. Set yourself free, honey. This is about you learning how energy works, how thoughts work, and setting yourself free from something that you couldn't explain and you didn't know how else to explain it. If other people have told you that you have negative energy around you or what have you, you know, look to the source. Look to whom it is that's speaking to you at the time and take into consideration that they may have an agenda or hidden reasons why they might say things like that. And then look to yourself and ask yourself if you're ready to be free of that and to be happy and to have good things happen to you. And if your answer is yes, then you go with that. Yesterday was the past. This morning was the past. Let it all go. Forget about it. And only live in the present. Only live in the now. Don't worry about what tomorrow is going to bring. And this is a hard practice. I'm not giving you something easy to do here. It's a challenging practice to say to yourself, I'm living in the moment. I'm living in the now. And this now is pretty good. This now is good. This now is good. And this now is good. And make that your day's mantra. Say it to yourself as many times as you can think of it. This now is good. And just let it be. And start to change the tide. Now, I need to say something else here about this for yourself and for others who are listening as well. Let's say that this train has been rolling in a certain direction for a while. As you know, trains build up speed and momentum as they go, and they don't stop on a dime. So this is a practice that you may have to do for a while until you start to see things changing. But keep with the practice. Stick with the practice. Let me tell you why. It's important to stick to the practice because you're tired. You as a person, as an energy, feel very tired to me. You feel like I've had enough of this. I can't handle this anymore. I'm so done with this. I need newness. I need goodness. I need happiness. I need love in my life. All of this stuff. So if you are that tired, then stick with this practice. Don't allow old thoughts to pull you backward. Just stick with the practice of this is the now, and this now is good. And it doesn't matter what 2 minutes were like ago or what the next 2 minutes are. Keep it just simple. But I'm happy to tell you, no, you do not have a curse on you, honey. Only that which you believe in.
Oh, I only believed in it after constant horror.
I understand, and I totally get it. Trust me, I totally get it. I have been in this place before. I understand. But what I am saying is that your mind can feed into it. The same thing as if you ask for a sign of your angels watching over you, and you see a feather, and then you see another feather, and then you see another feather, and then you see 5 feathers, and then over a course of many days and weeks and months, you see 200 feathers or whatever it is, and you're like, yes, my angels are watching over me. But it's the same idea. You start training your mind to look for these things, whether positive or negative, and that is how it keeps building in momentum.
Okay, my second question, can I ask a question about my puppy?
Sure.
She's been sick since I got her, and I'm wondering if things are going to turn out okay.
What's her name?
Very hard. Her name is Liliana Rose. She's 9 months old.
Beautiful. Beautiful little name. That's so cute. Okay, let me look at her. she does have a lot of health issues, and she came that way. There are sometimes, you can get a dog from a rescue or from even a reputable breeder, but it's just like with humans. Sometimes we have genetic issues, and this puppy has a lot of genetic issues. So unfortunately, she is going to be kind of a sickly pup for a very long time. And I'm seeing that, you could be spending a good amount of money on vets trying to figure out what's wrong with her, because I don't know that they're going to really identify it. It's gonna take a long time if they are. So, what is there a second piece to this question, honey?
My other dog was sick for 16 years, and this was supposed to be happy because I was so broken that she was on hospice for almost 2 years. I cared for her 24 hours a day, and I kind of can't believe this is happening. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I understand. I really do. It's so hard when these four-legged, our friends are just so in trouble. Sometimes we go through certain patterns in life, and they're repetitive patterns. I can see that you've had this challenge before. I think, Sweetie Pie, that what you might want to do is speak to an animal psychic who can help you understand what's going on, why you are ushering these souls so kindly to their end by just caring for them, and what it is that you can do to clean that up so that you don't have to keep repeating this cycle. And also what it is that Liliana would like, because it may be that she is not wanting to be here for a very long time. So talking to somebody who can speak directly to the soul of the animal is my recommendation, and I'm not somebody that does that job. I really wish I could, but that's not something that came in my skill set.
And Lisa, I'm going to send you a name of a fantastic one, okay?
Yay!
Good
luck with everything, Lisa. And remember, listen to this radio show again so that you can hear it with fresh ears, all the things I asked you to do, because I think that it's going to really help change everything for you, okay?
God bless you both. Thank you. Have a beautiful holiday.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And we're going to go with first-time user Mindy. She's in LA.
Hello.
Hello, Mindy. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so very much for your service. And I'm happy to be here today.
Yay, I'm happy you came. What can I do for you?
Well, I don't know. This is my first time calling, so I'm not sure. I would love to hear from the other side. How do I ask, or is that something that you could help me with?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking. So
I guess when you said, okay, sorry. Like ancestors that you said?
I speak to guides, but I don't speak to deceased loved ones.
Oh, right.
Psychic means Ed does, and he's a fabulous one for speaking with those that have passed on. But I can speak with guides very easily. It's just that, it's like a radio receiver. We're tuned to different frequencies. Right. So, no big deal.
Okay. So I would love to speak to your guides. So how should I ask this, or how should I frame it?
No worries. I'll tell you what. I'll take care of it for you. You just hang on to the line, and I'll ask your guides if they have a message for you. How about that? Easy breezy.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I apologize. Can I have your name one more time? I kind of blanked out.
Sure, it's not a problem. Mindy.
Mindy, that's right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, you are such a compassionate soul.
Thank you.
Well, okay, so one of the things that you have been working on for a long time is what I'm going to term transcendence of judgment. Now, this is twofold. This is judgment that you give to yourself and judgment that others give to you. You can sometimes be judgmental of others, but mostly it's to yourself. And mostly it's directed towards you from others. And this is something even from like childhood. In childhood, you would be like, I'm nice to everybody. Why are they picking on me? What's the deal? Why do I not have my hair right, or my teeth right, or my nose right, or my pants right, or my shoes right, or why am I not breathing right? What's the problem? But, part of this is that compassionate, what I'm going to call a compassionate soul syndrome. Compassionate soul syndrome in my mind is saying, that you are so kind to others that sometimes people felt, especially as children, it's kind of like the wolves preying on the weak, taking you as that and not seeing the strength within the compassion. So you have a guide here. He has kind of a goldish brown hair. He's got a lot of purple and pink light around him. He's very, very tall. He reminds me of an archangel because of his height. Usually archangels come to me as like super, super tall, almost skyscraper-sized beings. And this archangel is saying that the compassion that you have for others is a gift that you had cultivated in another life. That is a precious gift that is to be used towards not just others, but towards like humanity as a whole, like an en masse type of a thing instead of individuals so much. And that it's that compassion of being able to understand and allow and forgive and let go, that is something that is so central to your nature. And that this is something that you should consider a precious gift, even as you have in this past life. And he's saying that, it's almost an angelic quality to have such compassion and to allow it to flow, and that you came here on the earth at this point in time to offer that gift, because this is the time when humanity needs this gift the most, when we are leaving behind the old dark ages and moving towards a greater, higher reality that we're trying to birth in. And some of us get really stuck in the judgment of the past, in the judgment of self, and in the judgment of not being able to break free from all that we have created. And compassion offers that freedom and offers it immediately and offers it unconditionally. It's one of the greatest gifts that can be given to humanity at this time. So what he's asking is for you to do you, to do what you do, to pray and to meditate on compassion and to see that compassion heading out into humanity so that humanity can soften enough to start to feel compassionate, not only for itself, but for all others.
That is a beautiful message and so spot on and so relevant. Thank you.
And thank you for calling, Mindy. Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you. It was her.
continue having first-time callers. So now let's go to Michigan, and let's bring Pamela. Oh, I'm sorry, not this one. Let's bring Pamela to the show, and then we're going to go to Palm Springs with David.
Hello.
Miss Pamela. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Thank
What
you.
can I do for you today?
Well, thank you for taking my call. And my question is about a job. And I'm hoping to have a very lovely next chapter. I'm hoping that the last job does not have an impact on me getting the next job. And it could, so I'm just wondering what you're getting around that.
Gotcha. All right.
I really would like to put that job very much behind me.
Yeah, I can see that. Boy, you had to really fight for position and then have to fight to hold your position. And then, and you really don't have fighting in your nature, but you'll do it if you have to. But it's not something that you really like doing. But boy, oh boy, it was like, always having to, every little thing, it was a struggle all of the time.
Yes.
And,
oh, yeah, it was toxic. I was harassed. I mean, it was just...
Right? There were too many people that were creating problems as well. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
So, I am going to say that, unfortunately, it does have some bearing on the next job. And that's unfortunate because I would like to say that you can break free from this pattern. I would love to say that, you're in that time frame to do so. When I say that to people, when I say, oh, hey, guess what, you can leave this behind, it's because the timing is right. The window of opportunity is right. And the window of opportunity at this moment is still closed. It's not quite open. Now, that doesn't mean that it cannot open. It means that that window has not yet opened, and it is coming. But I see it around the beginning portion of November that window opens for you to be able to really make strides forward and away from this negative job. Now, what I am saying here is, let's run a scenario. Let's say that you get this new job, but you still have to deal with the energy of the old and problems of the old through the beginning of November.
Oh, okay. So you're not saying I won't get a job until November. You're just saying that I might have to I still will get a job, but I still will be fighting off this negative energy.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Now, that being said, I'm going to make a pretty strong prediction here and say somewhere around the 10th of October is when everything comes to finalization and you can walk in the doors of the new job. That's pretty specific, 10th of October.
That's very lovely.
That's pretty specific. So between now and then, think of yourself as out processing. I'm out processing from this whole situation, not just the job. I'm out processing from the energy. I'm out processing from all of the struggle and strife. I'm out processing from this karma. And I'm allowing that window to open. And then from the 10th forward, no matter what happens, I don't care what happens, no matter what happens, from October 10th forward, I am entering in this new reality of grace. That is your mantra. How's that sound?
So, sounds good. So is it negative energy I'm dealing with, or is it a person who's actually working against me? Because I have Reiki certification. I've been, doing clearing and centering, and I don't know if that will help if I continue to do that.
Well, I can see that it has helped in the past, and what it does is it helps to sustain you against the energy that's out there. So yes, there is somebody that is making trouble for you, and he is a stubborn SOB. He's
sick. He's crazy.
He's one of those that gets his mind stuck on something and it doesn't go anywhere. It just runs that track. So, honey, keep feigning yourself with the Reiki. That's great, right? And bringing this new mantra in is telling yourself, your reality and your guides, that, yeah, you're out processing. I'm done. I'm out processing. This is it. And then once the 10th comes, whether you walk in that new job's door or not, start saying, okay, I'm in the new reality. That's it. I'm in the new reality. So there's a clean break. This is karmic, and this is karmic on an energy level, not on a personal level. So what that means is that there was an energy from a past life that needed to be satisfied. This guy is satisfying it for you, and he's doing a fantastic job. Yay!
What did I do to cause it?
I don't know that you really want to know that.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know that it matters.
You said it's from past life?
It is a past life. And I'm going to say it's better for you not to know.
Sure.
What I am going to say is that you end this now and maybe ask for some forgiveness. That can be something that you add into all of this for whatever happened then, right? And then just move on and let it go so that this window can open.
Okay. And I do have a very dear friend from that job. Will she and I survive all of this?
Well, yes, obviously.
Oh no, it's he's interfering with that as well.
So on an emotional level for her?
Yeah. He's really threatening her and, other ugly stuff.
He is, and, it's interesting because I get the same energy for her, only in a reverse direction. So part of her situation is she needs to learn not to internalize it. That's something that you can do fairly well. There are times when you do internalize what's happening, but she really internalizes it, and then she uses it against herself. So try to teach her how not to internalize all that's happening so that she doesn't sustain this flow of energy into her next position.
Okay. So our friendship will survive.
I believe so, but I would say try to be very neutral about this guy with her. And part of the reason why is every so often, in order to save herself, she says things she shouldn't say. I'm going to let you chew on that, honey.
And thank you for calling, Pamela. So now let's go to Palm Springs and bring David, first-time caller as well.
Greetings.
Hello, David.
Hello. If you can tune into the Spirit Guide, A Spirit Guide, any of them, I would love to hear a good word or two.
You would love to hear a good what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it.
A good word or two.
A good word. Okay. All right, David, give me just a moment.
Thank you.
Well, David. So
yes,
you have been working on creating deep change for a while, and you keep what I'm going to call plumbing the depths. Now, that is my interpretation of what I am seeing. Your guide is giving me images more than verbal at this point in time. But the images that I'm seeing is like going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and just kind of plumbing and plumbing and plumbing and plumbing the depths, trying to find the root of some situations that you're working on clearing. But also you're trying at the same time to like birth this new. So it's really interesting because these are almost two, I'm not going to say conflicting energies, but two energies that run in parallel, but in opposite directions. So it would be almost like a highway. right? A highway, you have a road, a line of traffic heading north and a line of traffic heading south. And so that's how I'm viewing this. What it comes across to me as being is that the time of plumbing the depths is coming to an end. It needs, in order for you to create the new and birth the new, you need to stop trying to find the root and going so deep. There is a wonderful thing called timing. And sometimes we plumb the depths, and actually what we end up doing is just creating more friction because we're not allowing proper timing to bring up what needs to be brought up when it needs to be brought up, because we're trying to get there and we're trying to do this and we're trying to get done and we're trying to move on. And so can you see how these two might be not quite but almost conflicting or opposing energies?
Well, no, your analogy is, I understand the analogy, but I don't know how it relates to me, because I don't see myself as plumbing or working towards anything. I've been actually coasting for 15 years.
Okay, well, I don't know what to say about that. That's completely opposite of what I am seeing for you. So maybe I am tuned into somebody else's guide, which is a very rare thing that never happens. But if you feel that you have been coasting and you are not trying to birth in a new lifestyle for yourself and you have not been plumbing the depths, then this guide is not speaking for you. Maybe he's speaking for the next caller. I'm not really sure, honey.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
And thank you
You're
for
welcome.
calling.
If nothing else, Claudia, I'm honest with people, right? I'm not going to say that this is something that it's not. If he can't see what I'm speaking of because it doesn't apply, not because he can't see it, but because it doesn't apply, then it may be for somebody else, and it may be one of the listeners out there. I'm not really sure, I mean, sometimes this happens, but I'd rather be honest about it and let people know, right?
Right. So we have time for one more caller if you want, or how do you feel?
Nope, that's fine for me. I'm happy to move on and speak with somebody else.
Okay, so we have a phone number that starts with a 9, a phone number that starts with a 2, one with a 4, and one with the 8. Which one do you want?
I'll take the 4.
Okay, so Jessica from New Jersey, welcome.
Yay, thank you so much.
Kind of almost like the lottery there.
I love what you're speaking about. This sort of ties back to like what you originally started the show about. So I love taking care of trees, and I have been doing it in the parks for the town where I live for several years, the whole time that I've been living here. And I've been sending emails to the Parks and Recreation people, and, we won't go into what I think that they think of me. But it just dawned on me today. I was like, you know what? I want to be working. I want to have this position that I'm taking care of the trees and responsible for the river that runs through the town's park, because these guys are focused on political stuff. So just curious what you're picking up about this. I emailed one of the guys. I was like, who should I speak to? Which I'm pretty sure I need to speak to the mayor. But these guys don't necessarily respond via email. So, again, I don't want to bring in old baggage. So today's a new day. I'm living in the now. This now is wonderful.
Good. You were listening. Woo. Okay, let me look at this situation for you, please. Well, let me tell you, my dear Jessica, that you can create this into being with no problem, because, yes, this is something you are so passionate about. and something that you are good at doing. And, you know, you can feel the energy of the trees and feel what they need, and you have a great affinity for this aspect of nature. And yes, the trees feed the water, and the water feeds the trees, and all of that. So it's very circular, very cyclical. And I feel like you could totally create a job, a career working this way by going through the processes that you need to go through in order to obtain the, let's say, legal right to do that. That's how it's being framed to me, as the legal right. So there may be some courses that need to be taken, or something with the Forestry Service that you need to look into in order to enable this on a career level. But you could so totally do that, and boy, would you be a happy camper. And so would the trees and you know, the tree people around your area would be very, very happy. I call them tree people. But, you know, I want to say that you're going to have a lot of hoops to jump through, and it probably will end up being a 2-year process. And that if this is something that you really want to do, don't give up. Just keep plugging away. The beautiful thing is that in 2 years, a lot of governmental sources change, and things change, shift around every couple of years. So you may find that somebody comes into your area that is more open to what you have to offer or how you're offering it. So I see that this as a beautiful opportunity, a great life path, something that would make your heart sing and would be great for the environment if you are to pursue it.
So anything about like the dynamics with these characters in play right now in the town? Because I just keep picturing it like the doors opening. Like I'm not looking for a full-time job. This is just, you know, I don't know, something part-time, consulting, something.
Well, you could do it full-time. That's what I'm saying to you. You could manifest this to its furthest extent, which would be full-time. The people that you're working with just don't believe in it the way you do. They don't see the connections. They don't see the necessity of being so geared towards, let's say, a more organic or healthy relationship with trees, or creating a nutritive environment for trees and for water. And, you know, this is part of the darkness that we're trying to clear out of humanity. It's a recent thing, which is great. It's only like 100, 125 years old. So, you know, it's not like we have eons of time that we have to shift. And that's the beautiful thing about this. But there's a lot of money tied into it, and so people get really funky and hold on to things quite tightly when you deal with monetary aspects, and that's what's at the heart of this. And so the people are just repeating to you and what it is that they know and they understand. So they're fighting against you, yes, but they're also thinking that, I got to say it this way, so please forgive me, that you're kind of cuckoo and that you're not really, you don't really know what you're talking about. And so, you know, that really makes it hard. And then
I know that.
You add in the monetary aspect, and it's just a challenge. So it's just
all right.
that concept of fighting the system.
Yeah, I just I want the doors to open now. I'm ready to be in a power position with one of the projects that I work on, you know, and I am out of the box. That's the whole point of what we're doing. That's what's needed.
Yeah, right. And I will say to you that power position is coming. So, you know, just watch for it. It is coming. You are ready. And actually, believe it or not, this area is ready. It's just that some of these older thoughts have to be pushed aside enough for the change to come. So don't be surprised if sometime in the next 7 months you start seeing those openings. And I know 7 months seems like a long time for seeing those openings, but you have to think of how long the current system has been in place. And you are bucking the tide and trying to change the system. That takes time, my dear. So keep on keeping on, as they say, right? Keep on trucking.
Okay, so we have reached the end of today's show. Sati, is there anything else? I want people to know about your training, your online certification program for tarot. If someone wants to get through your next class, how can they contact you?
Well, I have some of that information on the website, and it's in need of updating. So I'm going to have to get with my amazing web girl and try to have that worked out. But what I do want to say is emailing me is the best way to do it. Sati@bmsprogression.com or Sati@seekingdivinity.com. And if you're going the BMS progression route, that's body, mind, spirit, just the first 3 letters of that, and then the word progression. So either box will get to me. The thing about the tarot course that I have created is that I really want people to understand the underlying energy of these cards. And part of the reason why is because tarot is a very dynamic thing. It's an energetic thing. The cards are just kind of like placeholders. I can work with cards, and they operate to me like little television screens oftentimes. And so I will see the images that may have nothing to do with the card itself. But it's really good to know what the card means on a basic energy level or an in-depth energy level, depending on which course you take, the apprenticeship or the tarot, just the tarot course. And you get the understanding of not just the energy of these cards, but how energy works in life. So if you're the kind that tends to really like to work with energy and the energy behind things, this is a great course for you. If you're the kind that likes to work with mentality of things, the deep understanding and knowledge and history and real deep, clear meanings, then on a mental level, this is the course for you. I also do try to teach people how to open up their psychic abilities and to work with them in a clearer way. But, that's up to the individual. I can give you the tools. Sometimes it works well for you. Sometimes it doesn't. So, just like to be clear with people, these are the things that you can get from this course. When you come out of it, boy, you will really understand the tarot. I'll tell you that much. And you'll have a fun time too, because I try to be fun.
You are fun. It is so much fun always to have you here, and you're coming back next month on the first Friday of every month. Sati's here with us, so make sure you put it on your calendar. And remember, when you call the show, we give first time people that use Take My Call, they go first. At any moment that you use that, you go first. Then we try new callers, and of course our repeat friends. We will always take your call if time allows. Right, Sati?
That's right. And, I'm so thankful that everybody tuned in today. I really appreciate your attendance and listening and coming to the show and bringing your heart and your mind and your spirits to the show. And to Sir David, who, the reading with the guide didn't quite work out so well. Sorry about that, honey, but thank you so much for maybe allowing that information to get to whomever it was meant for. So thank you so much, Miss Claudia, for your help today and for doing such a great job producing the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
Love to you
all. Have
all.
a wonderful weekend, everybody. Enjoy your long weekend. Goodbye.
Bye.